government not willing to compromise on its position to only negotiate salary increases from 2024 onwards?
So, Abigail, that's what we were doing. We were sitting at a table. We have a position. We want to do 2024 onwards. The union has a position. They want to do 2019, 2020 when everybody was home for COVID, 2021 when everybody was home for COVID, 2022, 2020.
Guyanese brothers and sisters, you just gotta love the ministers of government, eh? You gotta love Priya Manik Chan. The way that she can just manage to conjure up a face of total obliviousness. Like, she's so oblivious, she don't have a clue, she is clueless as to what is going on. I would like to give $10,000 to the person in her office that finally decided to wake the Honorable Miss Manik Chan up from her coma. Because she looked like she was just woken up and she does not have any idea what is going on in this world. Like, they didn't brief her. So, I don't know how many of you would have seen the press conference. You can go and watch it. I will share it on my page as a matter of fact. So like Ms. Manik Chan was saying, the government of Guyana has no intention on discussing 2019 to 2023. They want to discuss 2024 onwards. But mind you, for anybody that has been following this ongoing disagreement between the government of Guyana and the Guyana Teachers Union knows that the first order of business that caused the union to strike was been the government of Guyana's negligence to engage with the unions from 2019 to 2023. As a matter of fact, the same memorandum agreement from 2019 to 2023 is what landed the Guyana Teachers Union and the Ministry of Education in court in the first place. And I'm quite sure that Ms. Manik Chan knows this. I want you guys to look at the way our ministers act as if we're stupid. Now Ms. Manik Chan is acting like if she has now woken up from a long sleep and she have no idea what is going on. So, the thing that took us in court is because the government of Guyana has not been engaging the union since 2019 all the way to 2023. When we got in court, there was a conservatory ruling. The conservatory ruling said that the government of Guyana should not be able to cut the salaries of the striking teachers. After the conservatory ruling, there was a substantive hearing. Now, the substantive hearing would have been so that both parties can bring their evidence to support both their claims. Remember, the union was saying that the government of Guyana was not engaging with them from 2019 to 2023. The government of Guyana, on the other hand, was saying that they would have been meaningfully engaging the union from 2019 to 2023. However, at the substantive hearing, the government of Guyana, because they have not been engaging the union, that is one lie that they told, that they were engaging the union meaningfully, look at her face, in collective bargaining, so they could not substantiate their claim. Hence, the magistrate chief, Justice Sandil Kisoon, ruled in favor of the Guyana Teachers Union that the government of Guyana cannot cut the striking teacher's salary because the strike was legal and is justified. The reason the strike is legal and justified is because the government failed to represent and respect collective bargaining from 2019 to 2023. Justice Sandil Kisoon drew this conclusion and passed his ruling because the government could not substantiate the claim, meaning they had no evidence, and I'm sure Ms. Manik Chan knows this. So don't worry with the looks these people can conjure up on their faces as if they are oblivious to what is going on. Ms. Manik Chan has her law background. She knows exactly what is going on. This government continues to fight tooth and nail, to use smartness, lies, conflation, malarkey, subterfuge, bullyism, intimidation, everything but the truth to make sure that they keep Guyanese oppressed. The other thing Ms. Manik Chan would have said is they are asking for 25% increase for 2020 when everyone was at home for COVID, and for 2021 when everyone was at home for COVID. That doesn't matter. The fact of the matter, man lie, women lie, numbers don't. If you could just do a simple Google search, you will see that the gross domestic product continued to climb in 2021, even though it had COVID. And mind you, and Ms. Manik Chan knows it, because she would have been singing praises to the teachers for our accomplishment, even though the pandemic was on, with our virtual teaching and our phased approach to getting the teachers back into the classroom. Same Ms. Manik Chan back in 2022, late 2021, would have been singing the praises of the teachers for their prompt response to their virtual technique of teaching. Now you see how she's acting disingenuous. You can't trust these people's words. So the gross domestic product would have been continually rising. In 2020, when this government came into office, they had about 300 million US dollars added to the gross domestic product. The very next year, 2021, when the gross domestic product went from 5 to 8 billion US dollars, they would have added 2.8 billion US dollars to the gross domestic product. In 2022, it went from 8 billion to 14 billion US dollars. They added 6 billion US dollars, and it makes me wonder, why do they continue to make excuses for oppressing and suppressing Guyanese people and feel like it is okay? And why do their affiliates feel like this is okay? This is why you see I say politics is nothing but a game where one team comes with a debate, the other team comes with a debate. The major objective of politics is to divide the population, so we fight against one another, while they act like our mothers and fathers, continue to marginalize the population and run this country like a dysfunctional household, to where this government is willing to make excuses to take supplementary budgets to continue to build infrastructure, but would not and would try everything, every strategy, every dirty trick in the book to make sure that they oppress the Guyanese public. While they continue to build infrastructure and continue to enrich themselves, their cronies, their affiliates, and their cohorts. Mind you, Guyanese people, had this government been adhering to Constitution and running this country lawfully, in 2020 we would have had our collective bargaining. They would have given us whatever percentage and there wouldn't be a problem there. In 2021 we would have had our collective bargaining. They would have given us whatever the increase would have been, and we would have had no problems there. The same for 2022 and the same for 2023. It's the fault of the government because they have been unlawfully imposing increases because they want to do whatever they wish with Guyana's wealth and continue to run this place as if it's a business, as to where they say who gets and who doesn't get, while they allow themselves to let more than 50% of the population starve and go hungry in this country, while 60% of the public service can't afford land, food, clothing and shelter in the country of their birth. Now, it's clear as day that after the government broke the law for the past 3 years, they now are on public platforms, opting to play victims, opting to act as if they're oblivious or totally clueless as to the lawlessness of the government, so that they can continue to run this dysfunctional system. Now, Guyana Teachers Union, Guyana Labor Union, Guyana Public Service Union, this is not the time to be accommodating. You can see clearly that this government continues to play politics with Guyanese wealth and continue to marginalize their most dedicated workforce, the teachers, nurses, police and soldiers in this country. But now the information is to the forefront and we can clearly see the lies and the subterfuge of these great ministers. We can see how Priya Manik-Chan can make her face totally oblivious and clueless, even though she knows exactly what are the movements of our government, and she also knows the objective of our government. So to everyone in Guyana, every teacher, every soldier, every police, every nurse, just understand everybody have a part to play. We need to start looking closely at our ministers, at their movements, as against what they say. Look at what they act, look at what they do, see if they're acting in the best interest of Guyanese or in the best interest of themselves and their party. See if they're actually representing their ministry or they're representing the party. And it's clear as day that Priya Manik-Chan, the Honorable, is right now in representation of our party after singing the praises of the teachers that would have opted to teach virtually and gave her a notable achievement during COVID-19 in the National Grade 6 exam and the CSEC exam, is now opting to bash the teachers. This is an Eternity Entertainment presentation. Y'all stay safe.